Now, folks, pay attention. I'm going to show you the graces that come with holy orders. Hi, Father Mitchell Bechtold here. Welcome back to our next episode of Next Caller. And we're very fortunate to be joined by some guest seminarians today. We're joined by Joseph Vandenheuvel, Scott Kahler, and Nolan Lemna. And so we welcome you here tonight. Scott, Nolan, Joseph, you're our next callers.
Thank you, Father Mitchell.
Yeah, glad you can
be part of it.
Yeah, you know, we're still young at this show, kind of like you guys, still young, still new. So, well, yeah. I've had the good fortune of getting to know Joseph because, heck, you're a neighbor. You're right up there up in St. Joseph. You're a parishioner of mine. But obviously, Joseph is new to you all, and so are Scott and Nolan. Why don't you guys just take some time to introduce yourself? Nolan, do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Nolan. I grew up in Breckenridge, Minnesota. So way out there on the westward side of the diocese. So grew up. I have an older brother, younger sister. Mom's a teacher. My dad sells tractors. St. Mary's of the Presentation is my hometown parish. That's a little bit about me.
Yeah. So not a lot of people have been to St. Mary's in Breckenridge. Do people in the area think about the town as known for their stained glass windows? Because your stained glass windows, for having a modern touch, are very beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most prominent feature of our parish. Definitely, that's what a lot of people point out. But also, so we're in a cluster with Kent. So Kent is just a little up north from us. And that parish is really known for their high altars and their side altars and their stained glass windows as well. But yeah, that's probably, the best feature of St. Mary's. So.
Sure. And the funny thing about St. Mary's is even though you're clustered with the church up in Kent, you're actually closer to the Catholic Church over in North Dakota there.
Yeah. It's 5 minutes away. So, yeah.
Sure. So how many years have you been in the seminary, Nolan?
I'm working on my first year right now.
Okay.
So,
excellent.
I don't know how many months that's been, 5 or 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this has certainly been an exciting year for you, and not even a full year.
Yeah, definitely going to be one to remember.
Yeah, you bet. Well, Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I am Scott Kahler. I'm from Little Falls, Minnesota. I originally belong to Our Lady of Lourdes Parish there on the west side. And it's, I have 3 younger sisters and a mom. My dad actually passed away when I was in 5th grade. Let's see.
That must have been very difficult for you and for your family.
Yeah, it was just a big life changer at that time, going to a single parent family and just trying to figure out how you raise, how my mom figured out how to raise 4 younger kids all by herself. But I think she did an all right job. Of course, nobody's perfect, but I think we're all turning out pretty good. So,
yeah. I think each and every single one of us would say the same. Now, these 2 might not say that, but that's because they're your brothers. They're there to give you a tough time.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what moved you to join seminary?
So for me, it was probably mostly the Steubenville retreats. I went to every one since 8th grade through senior year. And the last 3 years I felt the call at the retreat and I decided to listen to it. And so here I am. That's pretty much the short of my vocation story.
Well, if those aren't words right out of Scripture itself, here I am, Lord, I come to do your will. Amen.
Yeah.
By the way, I do encourage you to take on a preaching voice like that. If God should so will you to become a priest, like, can I get an amen? Preacher, preacher.
Yeah.
We know that that's Joseph's personality. Talk about
It is.
outspoken, eccentric. That's you through and through.
Well, I was going to say Breckenridge, their most prominent thing might be their stained glass windows, but our most prominent thing in Bertha is definitely our pastor.
Ooh, yeah. God help you. Yeah, we have little nicknames. Well, I have little nicknames for the people in Bertha. Like, I say Bertolini. Oh, what is it? Teeny Bertolini. And there's also the Birth with the girth, kind of like Big Bertha. And Big Bertha is another one. And there's Bertita, like my dear little Bertha. But of course, the best one is Birthlings.
Yes.
So, yeah, I know my nicknames, they haven't really caught on with the community yet, but any day now. So, Joseph, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am Joseph Vandenheuvel from Bertha. After high school, I joined the National Guard, did that for a while. And then I went to South Dakota State in Brookings, South Dakota. And while I was there, I started going to daily mass, started going on retreats, and over time felt the Lord calling me to seminary. So then I started talking to the vocations director, and then the bishop approved for me to enter seminary for the diocese. So I went down to Immaculate Heart of Mary in Winona, and I've been there ever since. Well, now I'm in Wadena because of the virus, but
Yes, with your new rector, Father Aaron Kuhn.
yes.
I hear he's quite a cook.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is.
So, what kind of spread does he provide for you, men? Does he just basically set out a bucket of KFC chicken and then ravenously you tear through it, or?
Lots of pasta. Lots of Italian pasta, and it's good pasta too.
Yeah, that's not too surprising because while I chose the St. Paul Seminary track in St. Paul, Minnesota, and Father Aaron was amongst a few priests who have gone over to study at the North American College in Rome, and so he always had a bit of that Roman flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's great. And now, Joseph, real quick, you found your calling, or you felt your call out of state at a different university. Was there a part of you that felt prompted to enter seminary in that diocese or in that place?
Well, the vocations director for that diocese was, he was willing to talk to me and see, but I just felt the Lord calling me back home for the Diocese of Saint Cloud.
Yeah, and we're certainly not disappointed for that. It's great to have you as part of the team. Now, I do want to ask you all how things have been going, because last week we had the deacons, the priest-elects here on Next Caller, and they're studying still at St. Paul Seminary. So although their classes are virtual, they're being done in a remote way, they're at least still on site, but you guys are not. So how's that experience been for you, Nolan?
It's definitely been a learning experience. I miss being in the classroom. I miss being at SJV, and I miss being up in St. Paul. So it's definitely an adjustment, just because I loved just being down there in the cities and being on campus at St. Thomas. And I definitely miss a lot of the guys as well too. A lot of them are, in Alabama and Chicago and just all over the place. So won't be seeing them anytime soon, but I don't know. It's really awesome though that we are able to have this opportunity to come out here to Wadena and just be with Father Aaron and Father Matt and Father Gabriel. So you kind of lost one experience, but traded it for something completely different that, that's just really cool and really unique. So very grateful for being out here.
So, and do you know about how many dioceses are represented at St. John Vianney Seminary?
I know we have about 107 guys in total.
Okay.
I think it's about 15 dioceses, maybe a little less, 10 to 15. Yeah.
Okay. And Yeah, Scott, what are some of the highlights for you out at seminary? What do you miss the most? I'm gonna guess it's not the food.
Yeah,
So,
cafeteria isn't the best.
not to reminisce from my glory days, but let's just say that Sweet Baby and Immaculate Heart of Mary, St. Mary's University, they had good enough food. It really wasn't bad food, but needless to say, there were a few meals along the way that I was glad we had Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's, it got us through some tough moments. Our rector over at the St. Paul Seminary, Father Monsignor Callahan, he used to say, if the men are complaining about, if all the men are doing is complaining about the food, we must be doing our job. At least that's who I remember. That's to whom I attribute the quote. So, but yeah. So what are you missing about it?
So, not saying the community here is anything too bad or anything, like there's nothing wrong with the community here, but being with all of my friends back at seminary is something I've been missing a little bit. Just like getting phone calls from them is nice, but being able to spend time with them, play board games, just talk, that's been something that I've missed a pretty great amount. And also just the environment that the seminary creates, with you got like 60 guys all living together, and you all know each other like super well, and you can just kind of spark a conversation with just about any one of them. It's something that you don't really have as much anymore when you're, I don't know, multiple hundreds of miles away from everyone.
Yeah, well, and something that some people might suspect is that now that you're outside of the seminary, you just have more time on your hands. You're not busy. Well, I don't know. It seems like amidst all this stay-at-home stuff, we've been finding ways to keep very busy.
I will say there has been, more things have popped up since, we aren't as busy. But I do feel like I have a lot more free time now that I'm out of the seminary. There's not as many requirements. You don't have like your weekly pastoral thing, like going to nursing homes and stuff. You don't have to. Your formation advising is less often, and your spiritual direction is less often, and like classes don't take up as much time. And
so that's really good to hear. So anyone who's watching here right now, be in contact with their new rector, Father Aaron Kuhn. It's coming up on rock picking season. We're coming up on some chores for cleaning out the yard. And it seems like we got some guys here with a little more time on their hands.
Yeah.
Well, and Joseph, having gone through the military and the boot camp experience, are you running these guys through the gauntlet? Are you, whipping them into shape, giving them, push-ups and planks and sit-ups?
Well, so at the seminary, we have maybe one formator for every 20 to 30 guys. But here we have one formator for each seminarian. So I'm not really needed too much in that role. But when they need my help, I try to step in.
Sure. Well, my goodness, Scott, are you just in luck? So you said you were missing board games. I've got just the idea for us today. So we're on Zoom here, and it turns out they have a feature where we can share a whiteboard. And so, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make the best of it. Gonna go ahead and draw a little line here. Draw a little line here. Let's see. I think 5 lines should be enough. And yeah, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, I gotta get one more line in here. Oh, that's terrible. Let's see, I gotta clear the screen. Clear all drawings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yes, folks, I can count. All right, that's 5 lines each, right? Double check.
That's good.
All right. Don't you know this is a tic-tac-toe board, except we're taking it to the next level. Since there's more of us, we're going to need more spaces. Nolan, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
I'm going to be a triangle here. Go right there.
That's not bad. I mean, it's pretty uncreative starting off in the middle, but I guess it's a good strategy.
I'm gonna go be a circle right there.
Now, folks, pay attention. I'm going to show you the graces that come with holy orders.
I'll be in fact right here.
Oh, look at that. See, if there's something we need during this time, it's X's and O's, isn't it? Oh, it's those X's and O's. Now, I'm going to be a real square up in the corner there.
Go right there.
Well, my turn. I'm gonna go here.
I like how we take a little bit of time to think about this. It's sort of like, gotta strategize. I'm just trying to remember what shape I am. I kind of want to draw a heart. Oh, are you serious, guys? Okay. Oh man. Okay. How come I have to pick up the slack? Yeah. Oh, see. Never mind. Some thoughts are better left kept to ourselves.
My turn. Right there.
Well, thank you, Scott.
Oh, dang, I forgot about that.
What happened to the grace of holy orders?
I demand a redo.
All right.
Retry.
All right. Let's go ahead. Clear the board. Clear all drawings. Let's go ahead. Drop a new board. Whoa. Hold on a second. Clear all drawings. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to speed this up, folks. Lightning round. Start your engines. All right, folks. Those of you who are watching, you can go ahead and start placing your bets.
Just remember who already won once.
The person who went before me. I mean, that's you could say an unfair advantage. Yeah, see, you're all thinking, oh, Father Mitchell's a bad sport, making excuses. Well, fine. All right. So real quick, are we playing tic-tac-toe or PlayStation right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, folks, you're looking at what seminarians do during a pandemic. Yep, times are tough. You know what? Times are tough.
Well,
but
Oh, you just gave him the win.
you just let Nolan win.
Thanks, Father.
As I was saying, you know, times are tough, but we make the best of it, don't we? We make the best of it. All right, I need one more round, just to clear the air, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Why do I keep counting as if I wouldn't otherwise know how many lines to draw? All right. Now, I think personally, I think Scott should go first because he hasn't won one yet. Not to rub it
Here we
in.
go. Right there.
So, do you think it's a healthy method to use the game of tic-tac-toe as part of your spiritual discernment? I lost at tic-tac-toe every time. How could God want me to be a priest?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Are you answering the question? So, God
Oh, it's
wanting
my
you to be a
turn.
priest?
Yeah, well, if my gameplay is any indication, yes, God might still be calling you to become a priest, even though you're terrible at tic-tac-toe.
Oh, my turn again.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my gosh.
There, you go.
I'm gonna go right here.
Real quick, is that a squircle? Because
What?
is that a squircle? Because it kind of seems like a square, kind of part circle.
It's whatever you want it to be. I don't know what it is.
I get it. It's all relative, man. You got that from your philosophy course.
Well, Nolan pretty much gets to choose who wins here.
All right, you guys got to tell us a little bit about what philosophy has been like, the philosophy classes for you back at seminary.
So you mean while we're at seminary or now that we're here in Wadena?
No, while you're at seminary. Is philosophy easy?
Philosophy isn't always easy, but yeah, I guess it can be challenging at times, but it's never too challenging.
Sure.
I think Father Mitchell just won.
Yep.
Yes! Victory! All right, well, I want to send this one out to my mom. I want to thank you so much for all the encouragement you ever gave me. I want to thank my third grade teacher for not giving up on me when so many others wanted to. And it didn't seem right to be like, and I want to thank God. I want to thank God, because I do thank God, but I don't want to say it in a mocking way. That makes sense, right?
It does.
Okay, well, excellent. Let's bring it on back. Well, here's the thing. Uncertain times, unusual situations. It seems like you guys are making the best of it, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Nolan, do you have any word of encouragement for those of us who are, I don't know, maybe struggling, maybe getting a little bummed, maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's May, so it's the month of Mary. So do some rosaries, some Marian prayers. Mama will help you get through it. So at least that's my motto I'm taking on. So, and we're almost there. End of the month, hopefully. Things will start opening back up. So we're almost there. We've got this home stretch.
And Joseph, what words of encouragement can come out of Bertha?
Well, Bishop Kettler has now allowed parishes to be open during the day with some guidelines, but so that's encouraging. We can start getting back in the church, and hopefully before too long, masses are available again. So that's refreshing to know and to hear.
Very good. Scott?
I guess to just echo what the other two said, we're on the home stretch. It's almost over. Things are starting to open up, and before you know it, we'll be back to our new normal.
Fantastic. And I'll just say this. If you need something, say something. You've got when we get socially isolated, or at least physically isolated like this, we can start to get a little bummed. But I would just say there's a lot of people who are here ready and wanting to help you if you're feeling bummed and you need a conversation. So if you need something, say something. You've got friends, you got brothers and sisters who want to be here with you and for you. So Ben, thanks so much for joining in this week's episode of Next Caller. God bless you all, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thank you.